Okay, well, it's not every day that you get a video with two Steves in it. One Steve dressed for summer, one dressed for fall. I'm going to be demonstrating some of the techniques used in soloing. Techniques such as slides, bends, hammer-ons, pull-offs, vibrato, and also we'll delve into the major pentatonic scale. And I'm just going to be using my backing track that I made playing the shuffle that's on my website on YouTube. The same thing that my students use to practice their soloing. And it'll give you a little better idea of how to use this track and the sorts of things you can do technique-wise. And how simply you can play when you start incorporating some of these items. So, without any further ado, are just there for variety. So, here we go. Here we go. Slides first. Okay, so you notice you can get a lot of mileage with a slide into one note and a little bit of timing. Okay, you notice right at the beginning. Okay, slide up, slide down, hit that note a few times, and that's it. Next thing I'm going to demonstrate are bends, and I used a few of those. I used a few of all the techniques in that last example. But bends, you can do them on pretty much any string, all right? The easiest string to do it on is your third string for two reasons. One, it's the kind of the slinkiest string at that point there, but here you only have to bend so the note sounds like the very next fret. Whereas here, you're generally bending up to a note 2 frets high. And that's a little bit more difficult. Doesn't mean you have to actually bend that far every time. You can do little micro bends and things like that. But if you are bending up to an actual note, there's the place to do it. For the most part, once you get to your 4th string and definitely to your 5th string, you're going to reverse the direction of the bend. So just so that you don't end up pushing the string off the fretboard, yeah? Okay, so here we go, a little bit of bending. So bends. I'm also throwing in some hammer-ons and pull-offs. It's hard to not do some of those techniques in the middle of soloing, but I'm just emphasizing the one technique that I'm specifying for each little segment. So, hammer-ons and pull-offs, okay? They are used for making a difference in articulation, okay? It's a different sound to pick every note, okay, than to have a little pull-off, all right? Hammer-ons often go hand in hand with the pull-off. Hammer-on, pull-off. And it allows you to, make kind of little fast flurries of notes in a pretty simple way. You don't really have to have a really fast picking speed. But it gives you that added speed if you want to kind of amp things up a little bit as far as the tempo of your soloing goes. So, all right, here's a little bit of hammer-onage. Threw in a couple of turnarounds. All right, so we're going to back up, and we'll do a little bit with the major pentatonic scale. Now, I'm not going to stay exclusively in the major pentatonic. I'm going to be switching back and forth a little bit between the two. Again, just to review, if you shift your minor pentatonic, in this case key of A, down 3 frets, play the exact same position, that gets you the major pentatonic. Now, by using position 2 of the pentatonic or blues scale, you can play the major pentatonic on the 5th fret. All right, and one of the main differences is on the first 2 strings, instead of 5th fret to 8th fret, you go 5th fret to 7th fret. Okay, and that's a very simple way to get major pentatonic sound without really having to leave that particular area of the guitar. So I'm going to work with both of them a little bit. So here we go.
Here we go.
An echo.
1, 2, 3.
to major right there.
Okay, so I also threw in a couple of turnaround.
Yeah, that one lick you saw me doing, where I moved from here to here, is a really cool way to emphasize minor versus major. All right, here I've got a C natural against an E. The C natural is the component that makes a major key minor, or it makes the A major key into minor, okay? C sharp goes to C natural. Okay, so here we've got C natural. When we move down here, we've got C sharp and A. Okay, basic components of an A major chord. Okay, so that's a really cool way to do that. One of the other things that's very common is here, where we're again moving from C natural to C sharp, oftentimes pairing it with this E. Okay, that's also a way of blending the two. All right, and you can also utilize both scales by playing both the 7th and 8th frets on the 1st and 2nd string. So, lots of ways of incorporating that. That was just a little bit of a taste, but it might give you some ideas and a way to start kind of working